Shwmai a croeso cynnes, and welcome to the What's Your Story podcast. I'm James Owen, a Welsh filmmaker and storyteller, and I'm passionate about sharing stories. This podcast is all about business owners sharing their journey, and we'll be speaking with directors, entrepreneurs and creatives from all across Wales to learn from their experiences. We believe everyone has a story to tell. What's your story? Shwmai a croeso cynnes I What's Your Story, and today got an exciting episode. And it's all about health and fitness, and we've covered a lot of health and fitness in the series of podcasts that we've done. I think we're up to episode 50 something now. It's been a great experience, covering all aspects of health, because it's important that we look after ourselves, and I'm on a journey learning about this, and I'm really pleased to welcome another gym owner who's doing some great things in and around Capel Hendre, this little part of Carmarthenshire, and Celyn Lazenby has opened her own gym, and she's in here today to talk about her story. Celyn, great to have you.
Thank you.
So tell those who are watching and listening, as the owner of the Strength Hub, tell those people, what is the Strength Hub?
The Strength Hub is a gym that I've recently just opened in, obviously, Capel Hendre. It's been there now open since February, March. Started off as a little unit, obviously has gone a lot bigger. I didn't even think that it would go like this. And it's just a gym for the community, for everyone, all abilities, suitable for kids, adults, just lots of fun. Place to get your fitness done.
And so this gym you have, the Strength Hub, it's not even a year old yet.
No.
And it's great to hear the success already, and that it's gone already a lot bigger than you anticipated. But your background is in personal training. You know, you're not just new on the block. You're new to opening a gym, but you've worked in gyms. You've been a personal trainer for many years now.
Yeah.
Growing up, tell me a bit about that experience of you, someone who loves sports, and you wanted a career, whatever that looked like in sports. Because growing up, you love playing rugby.
Yeah. So I've always played sports from such a young age, whether it was athletics, rugby, hockey, running, anything. And then I fell into rugby, loved it, played a few years from under 15s girls, went all the way to the women's teams, played for Scarlets, Wales Sevens. And yeah, I just played for more teams, and then from there fell into the gym.
The gym?
Yeah.
But it's great to hear that, you were successful. You had a successful start to your rugby career.
Yeah.
You loved the gym as well. Do you think, was that something that was influenced as you were... Because when you played professional sport, I played for the Scarlets Academy. I had 2 games for the under-16s. Leicester Tigers, Northampton. But I got injured, so I was sort of ruled out. But most of the boys that I played with, they're all Welsh superstars now. Yeah. Kieran Hardy, Josh Adams, Steph Evans, all these boys who I played rugby with. But one of the things I personally didn't like at that age, and I don't know if you experience this, it becomes really professional and serious. And as a 16-year-old, it sucked the life out of me. How almost rugby didn't become fun anymore. Yeah. Do you sort of have that experience being in the world of rugby?
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I decided to walk away from rugby, when I was playing for Scarlets in Wales, the enjoyment and the stress were on the same level, where the other girls, they were enjoying it far more than me. They weren't getting as anxious and stressed before games. And then I just realised, I came to a point, I thought, what is the point of feeling this way before the games when it's meant to feel like enjoyment and you're meant to love it? So after years of playing, representing my country, playing for Scarlets, I decided to leave it and go all in with my business. Yeah.
All in with your business.
Yeah.
That's great. And I can imagine, being at that crossroads as a young girl, what sort of direction do I go in? You decided to go down the sort of business route.
Yeah.
And it's good in this industry to get the qualifications.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you've probably seen there are lots of people out there who say or maybe give bad advice.
Yeah.
And, there isn't a regulation per se. I grew up in a gym and call myself a personal trainer. I think that's a problem in the industry.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people out there claiming they are good at what they do. But I think it's important to back yourself with evidence. Now, I'm a filmmaker. I don't need a film degree to be a filmmaker, right? It's a different industry.
Yeah.
But I think if you're a personal trainer, because at the end of the day, you're dealing with people's health.
Yeah.
You're giving them advice, the wrong advice could harm them or could cause injury. So it's really important. So for you, it was important to get that credential so that you could go on that business journey and be a credible trainer.
Yeah, 100%. So as soon as I left school, I went straight to university, did the first university I went to was Swansea Bay campus, studying sports science degree. At the same time as playing rugby, had a bad head injury where I needed to take some time out of sport, studying, and I needed to drop out of first year uni because the injury was so bad. From there, then, I needed time to think what I needed to do for me, myself, and my health. I joined Swansea Gower College, and I did my level 3 PT first, level 2 and 3 together. From there, I thought I still want a degree. Let's go back and do a degree. So instead of going back to Swansea Bay campus, I did the degree in Gower College, sport management, picked up sport massage as well. All three of them together finished roughly the same time.
You were busy when you studied that?
PT, degree, massage, working full time as a PT. And it went from there then. So, but along the way, I've picked up extra qualifications. I get bored easily. And the way of me dealing with getting bored is picking up another course for some reason. Most people like book a holiday or something. I'll book a qualification online. I'll go online, look what's about. But there's like weightlifting, like the BMI studies on nutrition and something. I did my level 4 nutrition. I thought, why not? Nothing else to do.
Brilliant. So you qualified and passed your grades.
Yeah.
Sport management and before in studying a further education. So at the time you were, working full time as a personal trainer. I'm guessing then, did you go around the typical route of, working in other gyms and trying to build client bases through other gyms? Because, when you start off, you haven't got a space, right?
No.
You're working in a gym to try and train people there?
Yeah, so it was before lockdown, just before lockdown, when I officially started, like, advertising for clients, but it was like online, Instagram, and I was a lot younger. At that time, I had no clue what I was doing. I just wanted to sell myself that I'm going to be a PT. I want to give fitness plans to people, and I want people to get fit. Then I joined a local gym in my area, was there for 6 years, running one-to-ones, groups, classes, online work. And then from there, just before I opened my gym in Capel Hendre, I joined another gym for only 4 months, I'd say. And then I thought, do you know what? I'm going to take the plunge and I'm going to open my own gym. So
where you had that short period working in the other gym, it was a little bit further away from your community.
Yeah.
You were potentially having... did you lose some customers, or customers had concerns about how far? And that gave the need then to, well, actually, something missing here in Capel Hendre. Yeah,
it was a little bit further for me and for my clients. The loyal ones, they all stayed. Like one of my clients, she lives in Pontevedra. She was travelling from there to Burnham, which is like a 40-minute spin each ways.
What?
And like the
That's
loyal
crazy.
clients, the ones that want to do will, and they did. If I lost 1 or 2 clients along the way because of travel, which is understandable, I also gained clients from that way, which have followed me to Capel Hendre now. So it works in both ways. And since joining Capel Hendre, it's just gone from strength to strength. Yeah.
Amazing. And I'll be honest, if I think of Capel Hendre, it's a small area. There's a lot of industry there,
Yeah.
a lot of industrial units. Opening a gym, that's a bit of a bold move. But why did you decide to? Because it's a big risk, right? To start a business.
Yeah.
And probably in your world, you need space, you need equipment, you need money to be able to pay for all those sorts of things. Big risk for you. You could have had an easier life.
Yeah.
As a personal trainer working in somebody else's gym.
Yeah.
Why was it for you that you decided, you know what, I'm going to give this a go?
I think it's something that I've always thought about for a long time. It was the next thing on the cards for me. Being a personal trainer, I grew my clientele for the 6-7 years I was personal training. I had the demand there. I had my little gym community. It was something that people were asking, people wanted, and it's what I wanted deep down. Although I was so scared to do it. There wasn't anything like that in Capel Hendre. Yes, you got cross hands up the road in Amford, but there wasn't anything in that area for those people. And I think there isn't much for people with regards to mums that have just had babies, like fitness classes for them, young kids, over 55s, your everyday fitness goers, new beginners to the gym, your high rocks groups, your weightlifters, something all together, combine that all together, like a little gym community for people. I wanted that for people.
So you want to try and cover all the bases.
Yeah.
Because some gyms
I want everyone.
You want everyone.
As in everyone to be included in that little setup, for everyone to feel welcome. You don't have to be the fittest person to come to the Strength Hub. Whether you're a beginner and have never walked in a gym before, I want you to be able to feel like you can walk in there and feel as if you fit in. You're suitable to be there because it's for everyone, no matter your age and ability.
Brilliant. Tell me about the story behind the name. Why did you decide to call it the Strength Hub?
The Strength Hub. So a lot of people automatically assume the word strength is how much you can lift in a bar, how strong you are, or comparing your strength to someone else's. I see strength as something totally different, as more strength within. So people have to have strength within them to walk into a gym, to pluck up the courage to start a new fitness journey for them physically and mentally. The Strength Hub more for me is for the mental health side of things.
Okay.
Because a lot of people struggle with their mental health. They need to have strength to overcome those barriers, those challenges they're facing. And setting up the Strength Hub has given people something in the area to help them with that.
Do you think that, the idea and thinking behind the strength is building strength mentally?
Yeah.
To help overcome people who are having those issues? Because I think there's, I don't know too much about the science behind it, right? But being outdoors, being active, going for a walk, all these things are apparently good for you and good for your mental health, right? I don't know the statistics or the research, but I feel better when I'm out and about, and even having a workout. I'm not a member of the gym at the moment. Hopefully that changes when this releases.
Yeah.
But you always go, I go to the gym. But when you do a workout, you feel good. You feel like
so
I've accomplished something. You do feel better. But I love that thought that, you're thinking about not just people's health, you're thinking about the mental side as well, because I think that's an important factor to give people a release maybe, or something to do, or it's just a way that they can recharge themselves, both emotionally, mentally, as well as physically, because the health side is really important.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, you thought about, maybe how do people feel about the gym and these perceptions, because some gyms, some corporate gyms can have that feel of intimidation.
Yeah.
Probably a lot for women as well. We had Jamie Steadman. He came on the podcast a couple of episodes ago, and he's focused on women and women who are maybe in the middle-age category. I'll be careful saying that because people might get offended. Well, that's what he markets and targets are. Fit the body ladies. That's his brand. But around the thought of, it's scary going into a gym for a woman. So yeah, it's great to see that, you want to try and encourage anyone. You're not because High Rocks is a bit of a craze now, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, as soon as they hear the word High Rocks or weightlifting or these fancy names, they automatically assume this is going to be really hard. I'm not suitable for that, and I'm too scared to walk in there. And that's the last thing I'd want someone to think about the Strength Hub. So whether it's High Rocks or any other class, there'll be trainers there to help you. We'll start from the basics, work your way up. The classes there are tailored for everyone. Just get stuck in.
So it's great that, you saw a need in the community. You already had loyal customers.
Yeah.
So thinking about this from a business perspective, okay, that maybe the risks are less and less. It's still a big risk, but there's certainly a need in the community. Because if there wasn't a need there, it'd be taking a bigger gamble, bigger risk to start something. But you've gone and done that. You're not even a year into running your business, and already you've brought some people on board to help deliver that. Because I can imagine, and I've been there as a business owner, being burned out.
Yeah.
When you're a business owner, you got to do everything. You got to invoice people, you got to send emails, you got to do marketing, accounts, file your accounts. You got to do all these sorts of things. So yeah, how did you overcome that sort of obstacle already? Not even a year into running that, because I can imagine being a personal trainer, you got to do all those things.
Yeah,
but it's probably a bit more manageable because you're not maybe leading a class or things like that. So yeah, for you, what was important early on to bring people on board into this community? Because if the Strength Hub is you, how do you ensure that people who join you on that journey as the Strength Hub, that they still stick to the thing that you created initially?
Having a team around me has actually helped me so much. Before having the other coaches join me, obviously I was burnt out. I was struggling. It was just me working early mornings, late nights, and I thought something has got to give. So I already knew of these coaches that I asked to join me.
They knock on your door. Give me a job, Celyn.
So first coach I asked was Simon, who I trained with anyway. And funny enough, when I was in school, I picked up sport as a GCSE, and our school wasn't offering it there as an A-level or whatever even it was at that school. It was years ago. So I had to go to a different school to do that course, sport. So I went to the school and I got taught by someone, and it happened to be Simon. So years later then, Simon joined the gym that I used to work in.
Yeah.
We started training together, weightlifting, just strength stuff. He started doing the classes and we'd have a few chats. Then I went by myself and opened up my own gym, and he said, I'll follow you. I'll always support you. He taught me. I knew of him for years. So he did. He's got his qualifications. I liked his way of thinking, the way he coached and the way he held himself. So I asked him. From there, I wanted a female. And on Instagram, you have a little look around. You see other trainers. I came across Fionn. She is a triathlete. She seems, at the time I didn't really know her, but she seemed like she held herself very well. She was confident. She's done loads of things for herself. She was a GB athlete at a young age, and I thought, she's outgoing. She's obviously got something going for her. I'll message her. So Fionn joined the team. And then I knew of Sarah anyway, and I wanted something different. So going back again to the mental health side of things, relaxing, doing things to prevent burnout, calming your mind. Sarah was a yoga instructor, and I thought I'd like to have her as well. And I know Sarah has her postnatal and exercise qualification, so I thought she'd be brilliant to add. put the three together. They can all coach different classes, like you said, versatile. And we all came together and it's been amazing. And since then, they have done everything to improve, benefit and push the Strength Hub as well as themselves.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what do you look for then in a coach, right? As you grow a team, lots of those listening and watching will have their own businesses or might be working in a team. You know, for you as someone who's trying to grow that team and build that team, what are the characteristics you look for in a coach?
Firstly, I'd like them, or the coaches, including myself, to be able to see and understand from the member or the client's point of view. If they say they can't do something or they're struggling or they're not feeling their best today.
I don't want to come to the gym today, Kelly.
Yeah. I want the coach to understand whether to push them, to hold back, or you need to understand different people. You need to be able to read behind the lines of, hang on a minute, this person's more sensitive, hold back, or give them a bit of a nudge. No, you need to get out of bed. Kind, to be able to push them, to challenge them, to want the best for the client, to coach them to be the best, for that individual to grow in the gym and to improve, not to make yourself just look like you're a good coach because you've done that. You want that individual to be the best they can be for them.
It's probably quite a hard balance there between, with a coach, you want to push them, ultimately working in a gym, working out, it's hard, it's tough, isn't it? And, there's probably got to be a balance because you do need I don't know, is it typically shouting at people in the gym, come on, give me 10 press-ups?
A bit of a nudge, yeah.
But there's a balance where sometimes maybe, you've got to...
Can't go over the line.
You can't cross the line. And
No.
I find that you've got to know those people, haven't you? You've got to build relationships to judge whether, right, am I going to really push them? Do they need to take that extra step? Because I know we can do another rep.
Yeah. I think with me, I know my clients really well. I know when to push them and when to hold back. And if they, for example, they don't want to be pushed on that day, say they're not feeling 100% today, I'm tired, I'm just going to do what I can do today. And then the next session I'll give 100%, I'll say, fine, I'll hold back a bit. But if I watch someone in the gym in the class and I'm counting their reps and I say 10 burpees and I look at them and they've done 8, I'll say, what's happened to the other 2? Come on, you know why you're here. Let's go for it. It's not nasty. It's not really firm. It's not something that'd be like, do you know, I feel like I'm being picked on now. It's just a friendly nudge, bit of fun, and hopefully I'll get them to do the other 2. So
I'd be doing 8, I think, if I was there.
Yeah.
Burpees, honestly, they're the worst. They're so difficult.
And everyone seems to hate them and skip reps. So everyone does hate a burpee.
Everyone does. Okay, so that's great to hear about the history of the Strength Hub and what you've done already. I want to talk a little bit about personal health. We had a bit of this conversation offline, and for you as someone who, when you were young, you struggled with an eating disorder. So I'd like to put you on one end of the scale as a young girl experiencing some challenges with your health. And now you're still a young, fit girl who has a lot of muscle mass. And we ran some calculations off the podcast because we were having this chat about health and running a business. And last year I had an injury. I feel like it was last year. I dislocated my shoulder playing rugby for Furness against Kevin Ethan of all people, and we still lost that game. I was so flipping annoyed with it. And dislocated my shoulder. And my shoulder was out for about 4 hours. It was horrific pain. I've never experienced anything like it. And sadly, put me out of the game. Now, I still got a business to run.
Yeah.
What do you do in that sort of environment? At the time, I didn't have a bigger team to help me out on lots of things. My wife was helping me, but she wasn't officially in the business. She was actually working for another company at the time. But she was off on sick. So all of a sudden, 2 of us, no income. I've had lots of advice on this, and people are telling me about insurance, income protection, life insurance, health insurance, all these things. I cannot get any kind of cover because for me, or the industry, it's all based on your health I'm not diabetic, I'm not asthmatic, I'm not a smoker, but it's all based on BMI.
Yeah.
And I've always been a pretty big guy. I've played in the front row. Front rows are often larger than life. So for me, I've always had a high BMI, even though in my rugby days I've had bigger muscle mass. But yeah, so for me, it's always been a struggle. So I've never really had that support. And yeah, you're 5'6", 80-something kilograms.
Yeah.
And you're classed as your BMI as obese.
Yeah. So
that is wild. So you've gone from one extreme as a young girl experiencing challenges with your health in a with an eating disorder. What sort of things was that? Was that anorexia?
Yeah, anorexia, nerves, bulimia. Yeah.
So all those things are something you've experienced, and you're now the other end of the scale. Toned muscle.
Yeah.
But you're clinically
obese.
Maybe not clinically obese, but according to the BMI scale, you're obese. Because it does seem that, from a perspective of young girls, are girls ever happy with how they look? Because you can be skinny, you can be toned, and there's never really a definitive right answer as to, how people look. But you've experienced both ends of the scale.
I have experienced both ends of the scale. So I became ill with an eating disorder from, I think it was about age 13 to 14. And I don't know how or why these thoughts came to me. One day at a time, they just got worse. And I just thought I was fat. I needed to lose weight. And it just got worse and worse and worse. So the way my head was telling me to deal with it is by not eating, exercising or walking loads, training loads, and then I needed to be smaller, smaller and smaller. With help from local mental health authorities and CAMS, I was under CAMS for about 3 years. I managed to overcome the eating disorder. I got to a healthy weight. I started to find happiness again in myself. I was going out with my friends again. It was hard. I had to take time off school. My mother had to take time out of work to look after me. So for young girls, for me now, knowing that I've done my qualifications, I know the BMI, the body mass index scale. I know why I'm obese because of the muscle mass and stuff. For younger girls, if they were to do that and see that they could be obese or see that someone looking at me like a gym girl is obese, I think it's really, it could be triggering. And I don't think it's a nice thing to refer someone to if they aren't obese. And I know the muscle mass and stuff isn't included in the body mass index, but young girls will look at that and think, well, I need to change, I need to lose weight, I need to look a certain way, I need to look on social media how to lose this weight, really decrease my calories by a lot, and do really crazy things to get to a certain body figure. I think it's not the best way.
What blows my mind is, within healthcare, if you go see a doctor, this BMI is the standard to measure whether you're overweight or not. I just think it's so flawed because if you're training because there's an extreme, right? If you're a bodybuilder, okay, and you put on a load of muscle because you're competing and you want to look good, right? Yeah. I think that's a bit of a different thing because that's an extreme amount of muscle.
Yeah.
Right. But just to be generally really fit and healthy, and to work out to such a degree that I got stronger biceps and quads, so I can go and climb a mountain or I can go and lift heavy things, day-to-day life, right? It just seems to me that it's completely flawed, this BMI index, because, from an insurance perspective, I can't get any insurance because of my BMI. And I'd really struggle to see myself as to be under a completely what is considered a healthy BMI because it doesn't take into account the muscle mass.
Yeah.
Why is it that, we're not going to answer this question together, but, why is BMI still the standard of measuring whether you're fit or not, or you're healthy or not? Because I think it's just completely flawed. Because as you said, if a young girl was maybe working out or training, it could be a girl who's, maybe aspiring to play for Wales.
Yeah.
And she sees her BMI, she's obese, and that could trigger her to think, well, do you know what? I'm not healthy. I'm overweight, which it's just ludicrous to think that.
Yeah. I feel like it hasn't moved on. I think it's just really like generic, and that it doesn't suit everyone. I think if, for example, someone has a lot of muscle on them, they're sporty, they're a rugby player, they go to the gym, or just have more muscle mass on them, then the health services and stuff should include that into their form or whatever they're doing, so they aren't obviously obese or morbidly obese on that scale.
And this doesn't help people like you who are a bit shorter. If you're a bit taller, your BMI, it'd be less.
I don't even think it would be.
No?
Because according to the scale, I'm so far into the obese thing. I think even
if you're like 2 inches.
I don't think it'd do anything. No, so I just think it isn't fair, but obviously if someone doesn't do any exercise or sport at all, doesn't really have any muscle, not much muscle mass on them, then it could be suitable for like the older generation or something. But now so many people are going to the gym and stuff. The population of gym goers, people wanting to get strong and fit in the gym, their muscle mass is going to be more, so it's not going to be suited to them. And I feel like they've forgotten that.
Okay, I'm sure we could talk all day about that, but I'm when it comes to speaking with your clients, I'm sure that I would assume, it's wrong to assume, but you don't bring out the BMI calculation when you work with customers.
No, I don't do BMI readings.
No, good. You don't do BMI readings. So how do you ensure that for your customers, your clients in the gym and working with your other coaches, how do you ensure then that, people who join your community, because, there's different categories of people. Some people might want to do it for mental health, something to do. Some people might want to do it to compete, and they want to get fitter. But then there's going to be another category, I'm going to fit in that box, people who are overweight. They want to lose weight to be healthier. So what sort of things do you look at then to ensure that when you engage with a new client, what are the things you look for in that relationship to educate them on how to be healthier? If you're not using BMI, what are the go-to things that you're educating them to get to the goal of being healthier?
First of all, setting them targets, getting to know them, why they want to lose the weight, get to know what their habits are. So obviously if they're unhappy by their weight, they're obviously not moving enough, maybe eating more calories than what they're burning. So get to know what they're doing on a daily. Then we set targets, set a bit of structure, find out long-term goals, short-term goals. From there then get them involved in classes, get them involved in moving more, set them a bit of a food, nutrition, guidance plan for them, and increase their confidence in the gym, because no doubt they'll come to the gym, they're nervous, they don't have the confidence to attend classes, maybe a one-to-one to start, and then a little small group or open gym. When they build their confidence up, when they feel better, classes, move more, eat better, increase your protein, water intake, and just try and decrease those bad habits that lots of people have, just sitting down, barely any steps, eating too much, drinking alcohol, smoking, and it leads to unhealthy habits.
So you touched on there, some bad habits. So what would you say, top tips for those who maybe not in the gym, but what are some simple things people can change to be healthier?
Easy things would be, easier things if you don't want to go to the gym. Move more steps, move more in the house. Eat or pick better food options. You've got your proteins, your carbs, your fats. Decrease your portion sizes if they are big.
Smaller plates?
Yeah, small plates. You can look at the Eat Well plate if that's a guide that you want to look at. Water. It's mad to think how many people barely drink water, pop, coffee, tea, and they just forget water. Sleep. Water's a big one. People forget about that. Rest, sleep, decrease alcohol. Big one. That's just going to put weight on you if you're drinking all the time. And doing it for you, not doing it to prove yourself to anyone, not doing it for social media, doing it for you. and because you want to do it. If you want to do it, you will stick to it.
Excellent. What are the challenges you've had now being a business owner? You've been a personal trainer for many years. You're going into a different sort of phase of your career, your journey. What are some of the challenges, the bigger challenges you've had opening this gym?
Probably stress and anxiety, as in with myself. I don't help myself with that. I'm an anxious person, and if there's nothing to worry about, I will find something to worry about. So a little thing in my head is a massive thing, and I will just expand on that and make it worse. So I don't help myself.
You sound like my wife.
Yeah, it's just the littlest thing could go wrong, and all of a sudden my whole week's wrong. But that would be one. Two would be obviously being self-employed, illnesses, cover, insurance. It's not easy. If I'm sick, if I'm ill, it's sometimes like, what now? You've got to act quick. You've still got a gym to run. You've still got classes to run. You've got members waiting there for you, whether you're ill or not. Three would be, I try to please everyone. I try to make everyone happy, and sometimes I'll push my own needs away to make sure everyone is satisfied and happy. And I think I've come to a conclusion, or nearly there, that you can't please everyone.
No, you can't.
No.
I'm
That's
glad.
the hardest
I'm
thing,
glad.
yeah.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because being a business owner, you wanna maybe take on anyone and everyone, because ultimately, the more customers I have, the more money I make, really.
Yeah.
But I came to the realization that, okay, well, we can't serve every type of customer.
No.
So you get to a stage where you're turning business away.
Yeah.
But we ask ourselves that question, when we work with customers, are they a good fit for us as a business? Because if they're not, we're not going to take them on board. Because I've been there and I've worked with some very difficult clients, or, and it goes to show, and you think then, a couple of months after, I had that gut feeling, but I should listen to my gut. And more often than not, your gut is actually right.
Yeah.
And you've got to be okay with not pleasing everyone, because if you think you can please everyone, you're never going to actually reach that state of pleasing everyone, because not everyone will be happy.
No, and I've come to the conclusion as well that not everyone and not everything is meant for you. So say if a member comes to you and they're loving it and they may float around elsewhere, they might go to a leisure centre gym, they might go elsewhere. If they're for you and they're your member and they're loyal, they love what you do, they love your business and your brand, they'll come back to you. If they don't, then let them go.
Let them go. Let them go peacefully.
Yeah.
Go enjoy the leisure centre gym in Pendrawl or wherever that might be. Celyn, I'd love to ask you, if you could sit down now, you'd be on a podcast yourself with Cattle Strength. If you could listen to anyone's story that would inspire you, or somebody that's influenced your life, it could be your rugby playing days, it could be in this journey of you building your business in health and fitness, whose story would you love to listen to? I can't be Joe Wicks.
It would, on the top of my head, it would be another female who is self-employed, who has done amazing things for herself, maybe has overcome lots of challenges. She's probably given birth within that time. I'd pick a female because men seem to doubt, or people seem to doubt females, that they can't do certain things because when they have kids, they can't come back from it, or they won't do as well. So it'd always be a female that I would choose to speak to.
And maybe a mother then? A
mother, a female, someone self-employed, someone who has done a lot of things for herself, and overcome a lot of challenges as well. Yeah.
So not a specific person, but a mother. Well, I tell you what, I've got a host of them in my phone book.
Yeah.
Lots of women who have come on the podcast that I'm very inspired by. So I'll share those with you, because on that topic alone, just being a mother is tough. And especially that jump between having kids and going back to the world of work.
Yeah.
I think that's why like self-employment is so attractive to me, because if things happen in life, we haven't got kids yet, but when that happens, well, we can work around that.
Yeah.
For us, the I think the best way to look at being self-employed is I can never get this right. It's we work to live, not live to work.
Yeah.
So fitting our work around our lifestyle, we can do it because me and my wife Amy, we're self-employed. We're able to do that, and when things happen in life, you can juggle things around. It's all better. It'd be very difficult for me with 2 Cocker Spaniel dogs. Could I take them into a call centre if I was working back in my call centre days? Probably not. The dogs would be barking in the background. But when you're self-employed, you can obviously cater to your lifestyle. So but I have an abundance of inspirational mothers who have overcome adversity and challenges, and I'll definitely share them with you. Celyn, if those who are watching, listening, would love to come to your gym, love to train with you, or watch your progress as you build your business, where can people find you online?
So you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, any of the social media platforms, or just search us on Google. We have a page on there. Any social media platform really.
Or you can find it on Capel Hendre.
Yeah, Capel Hendre Strength Hub.
Capel Hendre Strength Hub. Celyn, thank you for coming in, and it's great to hear a bit about your business journey, and well done. It's great to see that you're inspiring more young women in Carmarthenshire to train and be healthy, and it's great to see that, and I hope to see the success continue in years to come. But thank you for coming on to What's Your Story.
Thank you.